So it's looking like spring Testrom is going to be next week. I would love to be on Testrom right now and go over everything that they've been teasing and everything that they showed on their stream recently and all of that, but it's not out yet. So I just wanted to make this video to go over a lot of the information that's out there concerning this Testrom, just to give you guys kind of an idea of what it's going to be about and what's confirmed in this Testrom, and just kind of give you guys my opinion on things that they've announced so far. So yesterday they posted their live stream, which was a Testrom sneak peek, and they talked about a lot of the new things that's going to be added to the game with this Testrom, and some things that, you know, are going to be completely new for people, some things that they're just kind of expanding on. I'm in Old Town because one of the things that they actually showed, all the other stuff they just talked about, but the one thing that they did show was the updated Old Town quests as well. Well, they didn't show this, but they talked about the updated Triton Avenue quests. They are continuing that quest line that we saw with Unicorn Way and updating that to be more inviting, to be more cinematic, just overall improve that. And they started with Sergeant Muldoon here, and he has a lot more different animations and camera pans and stuff. And there's a whole new quest that introduces you to the new pet mechanic. And at first, I wasn't sure what the uses of this pet mechanic were going to be, and I was really skeptical of it. But if they add some things that make it worthwhile, then I could see it actually having some use, and maybe people will need to use it for certain things. But basically what happens is you turn into your pet. So let me get out of my clown car so you can actually see me and the pet. So Dr. Toby here. I could become Dr. Toby and run around as just my pet, not have my wizard on the screen at all, and you can do things as your pet. I'm not sure what exactly yet, but from teasers and other things that I've seen, you can collect reagents, which you can do as your normal character, so that doesn't really change anything. But in the quest, one of the main reasons that you're supposed to turn into your pet is to go through a gate that your wizard couldn't fit through normally. So if they add more stuff like that, I could see this being really useful. Maybe there's certain things in the game that you can only see as your pet and you can only collect when you're your pet. So that makes sense. But other than that, I'm going to have to wait and see what the Testrom actually has for that new mechanic. I'm open to possibilities, but as it seems right now, I'm not sure why you would want to. Maybe if, say, you're in an area that has enemies walking, what if when you turn into your pet, you don't get pulled at all? You can just walk through anything. You can walk through a battle circle, you can walk through the enemies and not get pulled at all, and you're basically immune to that, because that's never been something that's been in the game. The only immunity to getting pulled is right after your battle is complete. You don't get pulled for, like, whatever number of seconds. So I can see that. That's the one possibility. But other than that, I'm trying to think, and there's not too much. Maybe future quest lines will involve that, like they showed in the live stream. With this turning into pet feature, they also had another update that they talked about that involved pets, and I thought it was really interesting because I'm not sure how it all works yet. We're not in test realm. This isn't test realm yet. This is just me in live realm, but this will be on test realm. I'll probably go over here and be able to show you guys the new quest really soon, probably next week. The other thing they showed was a new pet stat, and it's called happiness. So I'll put up on the screen what it looks like. It's below power, and it on the screen for whatever this pet is, this imp, this myth imp pet, it is 100 max happiness. And we have no idea what it does yet. People are kind of speculating on it. And you'll be able to get that happiness up just like you rank up your other stats in the game, like your strength and everything. You give it pet snacks, and I'm guessing pet snacks now will increase happiness as well as the other stats. So not sure if there's any like special snacks that you need to upgrade your happiness, or if you just play games and you naturally just give it snacks, if that will go up. But it also, they made it seem like it could go down as well. Like your pet's happiness will not stay at 100 once you get it there. It will go down over time. And maybe that has to do with turning into your pet. Like you need your pet to be a certain happiness in order to go into that form. And then when you're in that form, it kind of like slowly ticks down your happiness. It's either that or, I don't know. I can't really see it having too many other implications with anything. It shouldn't really affect your stats in your pet because those are all set. So I think it has to do with the new transform to your pet thing. and it's kind of just like a timer, like it ticks down. But that's what I would have to guess if I had, like, I have no information on this. I just saw what you guys saw on the stream. Don't really know. But yeah, if I had to guess, then I would say it's that, which means you have to go into the pet pavilion, train your pet in order to get the happiness up to use that form. So it's not just like click a button, you can go into that whenever you want and constantly do it. So that, just keep that in mind. I mean, that's what I think it is. I'm not sure, but that's kind of how they made it seem. Here's another screenshot of the pet from the live stream, and there's new symbols underneath the socket. I'm not sure what these mean yet. I know one of them is going to be gold. The other ones we're just gonna have to speculate on for now. And there's also like little, you know, X'd out markers next to it in the top right of each symbol. Like you can't do that yet, or it's not available. So that would be an interesting thing to check out, like what each of those mean. It says control click for more info on it, so we'll be able to do that when you have a pet equipped. So the rest of the things that they teased for this test run, they just talked about. They didn't really show any of it, so we're just going to kind of speculate on what they said. And one of them that I really thought was cool is the ability to train your pet without actually doing the minigame. So if you complete the game enough times, I'm thinking of the dance minigame because that's the one that I always did, and I just failed it 3 times in a row, and you feed the pet snack to your pet, and you're done. Instead of doing that, you just auto-complete it, and I'm guessing it gives you the experience that you normally would get for completing the game, like fully, and then you also feed it your pet snack. So they're making training easier with that, which I really like, because for me, failing the dance minigame was the easiest way to train my pets. It just was the fastest, and I always just did that. Back when I did the pet showcase videos, that's what I would do. When I would cut to me actually doing the minigame, all the other times that I did it, I was failing the minigame because there's no reason. You only get like, what, 4 or 5 experience or something? Glad they're changing that because it is a really weird system to fail the game in order to feed a snack to your pet and train it. All right, I'm going to go back to my favorite mount and run around a little bit. So I'm really excited for the new questline updates. Like, that's probably the main thing that I'm excited for. There's also some other little things that they've teased so far, like Beastmoon is going to get a couple new maps. Beastmoon is also going to get some matchmaking changes so that people that are just starting Beastmoon will get paired with other people that are just starting. This might lead to longer queue times for that, so we'll have to see how that goes. But overall, I feel like those are good changes. Like, we want new maps, we want new beast forms. They didn't talk about that, but maybe they're doing that too. I wish they would just make it so that in Beastmoon you can play whichever of the forms that you want to. You don't have to like wait for it to be free or unlock it yourself. I don't know. That's one thing I didn't really like about it. They also said that they're going to be doing fishing, which is probably going to be chrysalis fishing, because what other fishing would be next? We did Azteca last time, and next one that makes sense would be chrysalis if they're continuing to go in world order, which they have been. So chrysalis fishing looks like it's going to be in this test realm. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's really been like teased or talked about, but those are the main things. So we'll have to see. They also said they're making some small PvP changes. I'm not sure like how much is going to be PvP focused. I feel like people were expecting a lot with PvP this test realm, but they made it seem like it's not that much. Oh yeah, another thing that they said they were changing was the UI. And one of those changes is going to be when you compare stats, it will tell you what the stat differences are between 2 items as you're mousing over them. And I've seen other games do this. I mean, a lot of games will tell you, like, when you're looking at 2 pieces of gear, what the differences would be if you were to switch between them. So for me, I could compare the jade robes that people use, and it would tell me, okay, if you switched to the jade robe from the spooky robe, you would lose 2% resist, and you would lose 3% power pip and all that stuff. So it will probably tell you that on the right side of the screen somewhere, that you would lose these stats but gain these stats. And that'll just make it easier, because for people that have played Wizard101 since the beginning, when you compare stats like this, you have to do it yourself in your head. You have to look at both of them, kind of compare it and be like, okay, what am I losing? What am I gaining? This will be super useful if you're just leveling and you get a new piece of gear and you can instantly check it. It'll make it easier for people that are comparing stats and trying to get like the best stats on their gear. So I don't want to make this video super long because test room is coming soon, and I'll be talking about all this stuff in detail during that. So look forward to that. Make sure you have notifications on and you're subscribed so you know when all that happens. I'm guessing it'll be next week. It just makes sense for them to release it next week after teasing all this stuff. I don't know if you guys have been on the game recently, but it seems like a lot of people have been playing Wizard101 recently. I'm on and it's Thursday night and there are 5 realms full right now. I was on last night and I saw the entire first page of realms were all full. All of these, how many are there? 2, 4, 6, 7 realms on the first page. Maybe even 8 realms. There's like 7 or 8 realms that were full when I was looking at it. So I saw that recently. I just thought it was interesting. I just want to mention it. But yeah, test realms coming really soon. There's supposed to be other teasers from other fan sites and other content creators. For people wondering, I did not get a teaser, even though I have gotten teasers for spring test realms in the past. I'm not sure exactly why I wasn't included in that, but you know, it's whatever. If KingsAll doesn't want to include me in that, that's fine. But I just want to let you guys know that I did not get a teaser, so don't expect that from me. That's why I wanted to make this video, just kind of going over everything that has been announced so far, so I can kind of put it all into one video, let you guys know. If you guys are excited for Test Realm, please leave a like in this video. It's going to be happening really soon. I'll be covering all of it. I mean, most of it. Maybe I won't cover like some of the smaller things. Like I usually don't cover fishing when it's on Test Realms. So that's going to do it for me. I know there's probably other smaller things that I didn't talk about that were from the live stream, but all of that will be covered when Test Realm comes out, which is going to be next week. Most likely. I mean, if it's not next week, I will be surprised. So look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on your way out. Subscribe for more. Definitely be subscribed because you're going to not want to miss these videos when they come out really soon. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.